Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are here to wrap up Web3 week. I'm super excited to wrap up the week, give y'all a little bit of a rundown of what all went on over the past 7 days or so. Hello to everyone in chat. This is sadly a goodbye, but we have had such a good. Excuse me. Alrighty. Well, as folks are streaming in, I am going to get started and introduce myself real quick. For those of you I haven't had the chance to meet yet, My name is Mary. I work here at MLH on first-party events. So my job is to work on things like Global Hack Week, as well as some of the conferences we run, like HackCon and DevRelCon. My fun fact today is that I actually got to go to an in-person hackathon last weekend, which was a ton of fun. I hadn't been to an in-person event in a while. Also going to highlight this comment. I love this. Definitely encourage you all to stay connected with each other. If you are tuning in for the first time, a quick rundown on what Major League Hacking is. We are the official global hacker community, and it's our mission to empower hackers just like you. We're a community of over 1 million hackers around the world, and by being here today, you are part of that community. We are here to wrap up Web3 week, and we have a ton of cool stuff that happened over the last week. So I'm really excited to give you all a bit of a rundown of what all went on. So going back all the way to day one, we started off the week with an introduction to blockchain development. This was presented by our friends over at Solana. If you did not get a chance to check out this workshop, it was awesome. Make sure you go and grab the recording of it. Also on day one, y'all got set up with GitHub Copilot. I am a huge fan of this tool. It makes programming so much easier because you've got an AI companion there helping you out, fixing bugs, suggesting changes to your code. If you haven't gotten started with that tool yet, make sure you go and do it. It is so, so helpful. Y'all hung out with Kari and created a Web3 hackathon project prototype. So getting y'all ready to go out and make Web3 hacks at your upcoming events. In addition to all of that, y'all got to spend some time with Newful discussing use cases of NFTs. I know those can be a bit of a buzzword, so it was awesome to see y'all get a little bit more of a practical kind of hands-on approach to them over there. Rolling on into day two, Kari walked us through some of the history of Web3, so some of the past and present, how Web3 has evolved over time here. This was awesome to see. And then y'all got to work on a smart contract with Newful, one of those awesome kind of real world examples of how you can use Web3 and how having such a secure system can really benefit you in this kind of real world use case. On into day three here, you got started with a Rust programming series with Dimmer. So Dimmer did a 3-part series on getting started programming in Rust, which is one of the many languages that transfers over to Web3 projects really well. In addition to that, you all worked on a voting system. I pulled this one from DevPost here. Again, it's one of those use cases I think we've all seen. It's a really great way you can think about how these Web3 technologies can help us out in those areas where we need that level of security. Y'all use some AI to create NFT logos for your projects. I quite liked all of these ones, especially the one on the far left. Very, very cool. We love to see you, getting those hackathon projects up and running even faster by using some of these AI tools. Here's another one that I quite liked that one of our hackers here made this week. Y'all shared some pictures of your MLH swag. So shout out to the folks who shared these. This looks like some of the swag from season launch last year, which if you don't know, we have our next Global Hack Week season launch coming up in just a few weeks. Over on into day 4 here, y'all worked again on smart contracts. This was with Brianna from Solana, another really awesome workshop that the recording is available of. If you didn't have the chance to check it out live, I absolutely recommend you go and make sure you get your eyes on that. Y'all also spent some more time working on the Solana challenges. They had a couple really cool challenges that they created specifically for this week, including one where you just got started on a Hello World in Solana. This was a great place to get started if you are new to Web3 or just weren't sure where to get started this week. Make sure you go and check out this challenge. Even though the submissions have closed, you can absolutely still and go use any of those challenges for inspiration in your next hack. Y'all kicked off a vulnerability detection series of streams with Gabriella. So learning a little bit about how you can create more secure websites and more secure web apps. Y'all integrated some Flow into a hack with Alberto. If you haven't built with Flow yet, this is another really awesome tool we have at a lot of our events, and Alberto did a great overview of how you can work with it. Y'all got to hang out with David for a bit and worked on a crypto price tracker. So creating a little tracker where you could see where crypto is at any given time and use that to track any things that you're working on. We also worked on the Sorbonne blockchain with Alberto. So another chain that I know many of you have hacked with before. Alberto gave a really great overview of getting started on their platform. On into day 5 here, you worked with Newful on some privacy coins and learning about what the use cases of those are. So it was a really great introduction to the topic if this is something that you're interested in. And then in addition to that, you integrated Starknet into a hack with Alberto. This is another one I see at tons of our events. So really, really cool to see you all getting started with their technology. In addition to all that, you kept working on challenges. We had some awesome dev post submissions throughout the week. I will make sure those are public after this closing ceremony so you can go check out what everybody else made. And on into our very last day this week, you wrapped up the smart contract vulnerability detection track. Huge shout out to Gabriella for running this. You finished up Newful's track, learning about the role of DAOs in Web3. So those are decentralized orgs. And that was Web3 week. It was an awesome week, and we are so grateful for all of you who came and spent the week with us. Thank you so much. A couple things really quick about what we have coming up next. In July, we're going to be kicking off the 2025 hackathon season at our season launch event. This is going to be so much fun. If you've never come to a Global Hack Week season launch, make sure you have your calendar marked. This is like all of our regular Global Hack Weeks, but a little bit elevated because we've got extra streams coming at you. We've got the reveal of our 2025 season mascot. Lots of cool stuff over there. So make sure you are signed up. I'm going to post the link in the chat right now of where you can get signed up for that. And if you enjoyed this week, you would likely enjoy our next first party events hackathon, or first party hackathons, Hack Your Portfolio, which is coming up in July. This is going to cap off that season launch Global Hack Week. So make sure you go and join that. And then if you want to find other events happening before those, go and check out our events page at mlh.io/events. We've got a couple more events, I believe, before the season wraps up. So go see if there's one coming up near you. Before I hop off here, I want to make sure I talk about swag, since we always get lots of questions about it. In order to earn the basic swag at this event, you needed to have registered and checked in, submitted an address, and completed our 2 partner challenges. Today is the last day to do these. You can still go and submit them if you have not yet. In your email, you should have gotten an email about an hour ago confirming if you had done all of these or not. But today is the last day. Tomorrow I will send out the swag FAQ, and we'll be closing down all of these submissions for those. If you wanted to earn bonus swag, you needed to have checked into 5 live events throughout the week. Again, in your inbox, you'll be able to check if you did this or not. I have got a couple of folks that deserve huge thank yous for everything that they did this week. So kicking it off, I want to thank Gabriella, Newful, and Alberto. All 3 of these folks hosted multiple technical streams throughout the week, as well as some of our mini events and Today in Global Hack Week streams. I know a ton of work goes into preparing those, so a huge shout out to them for spending the time with us this week. And I will take this question. What is the basic swag and the bonus swag exactly? Great question. So the basic swag is a postcard and a sticker sheet. The bonus swag includes some extra stickers themed around the event. Great question. Next up, I want to thank Kari, Dimmer, and David. Again, these three folks all hosted multiple technical streams, put in a ton of work to finding some awesome content for y'all. So a huge, huge shout out to them. And then last but certainly not least, I want to give a big thank you to Rosendo and Siddharth. If you don't know these two folks, they do a lot of the behind the scenes work that makes Global Hack Week possible. Rosendo works with all of our partners to bring these events to you all for free. And Siddharth does a ton of the logistical work on the back end. If you opened a ticket this week, it's very likely that that is who you talked with, because he was out there resolving tickets very, very fast. So huge thank you to all of those folks. And then I also want to give a thank you to Solana and GitHub, the partners that we had here with us this week. I know we talked a bit about them in the recap, but Solana provided some amazing tutorials for y'all. Make sure that you go and check those out if you have not already. They gave an awesome how to get started on their platform workshop that we have the recording for. And GitHub, of course, providing y'all with the student developer pack, which comes with GitHub Copilot. I know many of you have already gotten set up with that, but if you have not, make sure you do so. It is such a wonderful tool that I personally use. Alrighty. And with that, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning into our closing ceremony. I had an awesome week with you all, and I'm so excited to see you all next month at season launch. Happy hacking, everybody.